What is up, everybody? Your boy is back on the grind one more time, and now we have officially begun the tear down and slash build process of the Skylark here. So I've been attacking the floor here. I haven't got the seats out yet, and as you guys can see, I'm leaning against the seat right now, but I'm going to show you what I've been doing to the floor here. So it's about an hour before it starts to get dark, but I wanted to try to come in here and at least get some stuff done. Eventually I will take out the seat and the back seats, but as you guys can see, I am already digging deep into getting this floor all cleaned up. Now this is all the old, like I'm assuming it's the heat like insulation material. So basically it's like it helps to block heat. I don't even know what they call it, but it's some sort of Dynamat-ish style kill mat stuff that they lay down under the jute and the carpet. So obviously original, and it's years and years worth of grime and nastiness. So as you guys can see, it actually looks like there was a freaking fire or something in here, and this is the remnants of it. But yeah, this is it. So I scraped it up with that plastic little scraper, and then I have my metal one for the harder ones. But it actually came out fairly easy. Some of the harder areas I just took the metal scraper to, but all in all it was pretty good. So now I'm just cleaning it out right now, vacuuming it out, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it all cleaned up and ready for my wire wheel, because I'm gonna take my wire wheel to it too eventually. But first, before I do all that, when I get it cleaned up, I'm actually gonna re-seam seal this seam right here. So it looks like it was seam sealed before. It looks like that's kind of where the two floor pans meet right there. So I'll probably seam seal that. I gotta go pick some up, and then before I actually do the final seal on the whole car, I'm gonna pour 15 it probably, and then go from there. I went ahead and took this off as it was already kind of loose, and so I scraped all the silicone or seam seal or whatever it was on it before, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of seal that back up. I have no idea what those are for. I don't know if it was some sort of drain hole or whatnot. I don't know. But on these old school cars, there are actually several places where they have those things. So I'm just gonna put it back kind of how it was. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try to clean this up, vacuum it up, and I'll try back in. Actually getting the work done right now this early spring so I can roller this summer, but all this some new interior pieces, subtle sound. Y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned. Well, you guys, it is the next day, and I'm out here still tearing the trim off the car and some other odds and ends. And you can see I got the rocker off. Wasn't too bad to get off. And I was trying to figure out how to get these off, and I figured that out. They're just held in by these little clips. And if I can, I use a plastic little what's that thing called? Kind of similar to like a putty knife. And then I'm able to get back there and then kind of snap the clips off, and that's good to go. These are kind of just set in here by little, they almost look like oversized washers. So they're held in there with just a little screw, like an oversized washer with like a little lip that comes out. And then the rocker molding just actually snaps right into that. So pretty slick. And I'll actually will show you that here in a moment. But I mean, for the most part, pretty clean. There you can see some paint peeling on the bottom. And then that's how you can kind of tell it's been repainted at least once. Because when you peel the paint back, you can see, if you guys can kind of see the blue behind it. So I'm going to try to have Mako, take it down maybe a little ways to get at least this, maybe this layer or two of paint off, maybe see how much they charge to do that, so that way get a good solid adhesion to whatever it's trying to stick to. But as you can see, you know, it's cracking here, cracking there. So what I'm trying to do is trying to avoid that with this next paint job as long as I can. You know, if I can get 5-10 years out of the paint job before it starts to do things, you know, like this, I'm winning. So I am good with that. I also was able to get this piece off, and whoever painted this car before really did a not so good job as far as putting the moldings back on. As you can kind of see right here, they just literally used probably seam seal or something like that to put around the stud of the louvered looking vents, and just literally just stuck them on and left them like that. And that's how they were on there. Crazy to me, y'all. I mean, I don't know why people do, you know, kind of like half-ass jobs, you know. So the good news is that they did do that, because they're held on by speed nuts in the back. And if that were the case and they were still on there, then I would have to take off the fender or take out the inner fender well, which I actually still have to take this out anyway, because I have to replace the blower fan. But anyways, I would have to take off that or the whole fender to get to those nuts. No way around it. So in a way, it's kind of good. You know, I'm kind of figuring out how to take off this trim and trying to save it. But let me go show you here real quick. So walking over here, so these are the rocker moldings here. Oh, I got the trim, the base trim along the convertible base. So that's pretty cool. It was actually easier than I thought. It just literally just held on with like 5 screws, and then it's supposed to just lay flat on there. So this piece right here, they have to be perfectly flat when they're laying on the base of the trunk, and I'll show you guys that here. So I thought they snapped in somehow, but to my advantage, they don't. They just held in by 5 screws. So this is what I'm talking about right here. So this is the rocker piece right here. Came off pretty easy. This is another part where it kind of snaps on. So this is where it hooks on here. This part right here just sits along the side of the base of the rocker molding, and there's a little lip. I don't know if you guys can kind of tell, but it's bent right there, and that's kind of how it sits on there. So so that's one way. And another way that these are held on are with these, and this is what I'm talking about. It kind of just looks like a little washer with a little lip there, and as you guys can see, they're all rusted and everything. So I'm going to order new ones of those with screws and everything. And this rocker here, so this is separate. This is the passenger side, this is the driver's side. Driver's side had almost all of them, but look at this one. That's all that was holding it on. When they put it back there, either it was already disintegrated or they put it on there like that, man. Crazy to me. The other side only had one, and there's probably maybe 4 or 5 different locations where those should be on there. So I'm going to order some more. These are the bolts that actually held that convertible top little base trim piece on, or screws. One of them actually broke. It was rusted on there so bad. They were actually kind of a pain to get off. They were on there pretty good. But the other one I tried to put PB Blast, and it actually broke. So just order some new screws to that. This is that piece right here, y'all. So this is what I'm talking about. So as you can see, it looks kind of like seam seal to me, because it's really, really pretty hard. And as you can see, these are still on there. So all this was just stuck on here like so. And they just basically blobbed it on the bottom and then literally stuck it to the side of the fender. And that's how they stayed all these years. Crazy they didn't fall off, but as you can see on the back here, they're held on with those little factory style speed nuts. You probably can't tell because they lubed them up so crazy, but that's how they're supposed to be on there. That's why you have to take the fender or the inner well off. But again, to my advantage, they weren't on there like that. I'm actually going to delete these and take these off. I really don't care for the look of them on there, and I probably could do something cool with them. because with these, I'm actually gonna polish these up, and I'm going to paint this black part right here. I'm actually going to paint that red. And if you guys have ever seen a GS model and the GSX models, this is actually red. So I'm going to paint that red, and I thought about leaving this on there and painting this red. That would be kind of cool. But as you guys know, I'm trying to do something similar to a GSX clone, and I don't know, I just don't want to put these back on there. So but I am going to put these back on there. In a normal case where I normally would paint the car, I would delete these. I've always deleted the bottom rocker moldings. I just never really liked them that much, and I thought they look a lot cleaner without. I actually do think it looks really clean without, but with this, I think it'll look pretty nice with those painted red. And you guys will kind of just, you guys will see. If you ever looked up a GS or a GSX style Buick Skylark, you'll see how those will look like. And one other thing here, let me go inside. So I'm showing you the good, the bad, and everything, you guys. So I am inside the car. Can you guys see daylight anywhere? Can you guys see daylight anywhere? I can. It's in the far left corner, bottom of your screen. And there it is. Bums me out, y'all. So, that hole has just kind of gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. First, it kind of started as a pinhole, but as I kind of start picking away at it and cleaning up the area, it's just really brittle. I'm not exactly sure how much I have. I'm trying to just save as much as I can. I'm not really sure if it's mainly from water or this transmission fluid here for this convertible top where it's coming from the cylinder, because it's really gunked up here, and I think it's been just saturated in here with oil and stuff like that, probably from this leaking at some point, that it actually softened up a lot of the little tar, little whatever that is, heat insulation or whatever that stuff is. So and that's what that is. It's just crumbled up, nasty, oiled up this stuff. I don't even know what it's called. So I'm just gonna be as careful as I can. I'm actually gonna look under the car to see how it looks underneath. I don't know how far and how rotted out this is. If I really look at it close, it does look like there's a lot of pitting and just age and corrosion going on. I'm sure this is probably a rusted area, but I don't want to, keep beating at it. So what I'm going to do is kind of clean it up the best I can. And then what I'll probably do is just do a temporary patch job, maybe something similar to a fiberglass, or I actually have this liquid metal filler that actually hardens up pretty solid, almost as hard as like metal. And I'll probably just do that for the time being. That way, when I really want to go in on this car, I can go ahead and replace this section here, or if both sections are messed up, go ahead and replace that. The good thing is that it's accessible. I can get to it, and when I want to patch it, it'll be no problem. I'm also going to have to patch some stuff in the floor pan and the trunk, as well as there is some rot in there, and it's just really from the convertible top, you guys. It just happens. That kind of stuff happens. And at some points, this car was outside at some point. My uncle actually kept it outside in Vegas, but being that it hardly ever rained there, he just kind of kept it outside, covered up. Sometimes it wasn't covered up, but when water gets in places and it settles, it's just a disaster for metal and water to kind of just mix, and over time, that's what happens. So all right, y'all, so it is the next day again, and it is a gorgeous day out here, you guys. Gorgeous day here. So I got the top down. I was riding down with it for a little bit. As you can see, man, if you guys never seen it with the top down, pretty much what it looks like. It makes it look like a totally different car when the top is down. Man, it was so nice driving this today. Got crazy amounts of stairs, even with, you know, the trim and stuff missing, but you know, it's all there, man, and that's what I'm really happy about, that it is all there and I can fix what I can. But this video was actually a continuation of yesterday, and I'm just peeling off this old matting right here, and you guys know that side had some rot there, starting to show some pinholes there. I just lifted this up slightly and kind of saw a similar situation, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what that is. And if you look under here, you can see the rot has began, and I'm really not looking forward to kind of seeing what's under that. But as you can see, water was settling under there and it just started to rust, and the metal just started getting away from itself, I guess. You know, cancer set in, and that's where it was, man. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and kind of clean this up. Again, I don't have much time, just because now we gotta pack and get ready to go as we're going to Palm Springs. So I might show a little bit of me kind of peeling it off, but I don't have much room in here, especially to set up a camera, but we'll see what I can do. Yeah, you guys, it's not really looking too good. I mean, to be honest, it's pretty soft. Ugh. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of clean it up and just see where it's at there. And you know, probably what I'll end up doing is, just for now, is just really just getting it all cleaned up, and I'm just gonna, you know, try to encapsulate it with some rust preventative the best that I can. That way it at least stops it, and then sometime down the road I can go ahead and replace these panels. They make a whole patch panel kit for, you know, the whole floor pan, or the driver rear, or the passenger rear, or the whole rear back here. So it looks like that's probably what I'll be doing. Now the cool thing is there's good metal. You guys can see there's good metal pretty much around here. It's just this part here where it's kind of like encaved down in here, where it's kind of like a valley, so to speak. That's just where the water was settling in, you guys, and that's what you come up with. So that's the sucky thing about old school convertibles. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going ahead and get this cleaned up, and then I'll chime back in after it's done. All right, you guys, so I am pretty much cleaned up here. I've been at it for about 45 minutes to an hour, and at least this side is clean, and I'm just kind of just chipping away at it kind of here and there so I don't spend all day doing this. As you guys know, once I get going, I want to keep going, so I'm trying to do a better job at just doing small tasks kind of here and there. But as you guys can see, it's all cleaned up. Actually, this is better than that side. As you can see over there, man, it's really dark, it's pretty pitted, it's really thin, pretty much very cancerous. On this side, as you can see, it's a lot better. Usually when you see surface rust, it is usually this color right here, and it's pretty solid. However, there is a hole, a little cancerous hole right there, and you know, unfortunately I'm probably gonna have to replace this whole panel anyway, just because of that. Water was probably chilling there mainly, and probably just settled in here and just kept settling, and then over time it just, you know, ate away at it. But you know, it kind of an easy temporary fix for me, and just to kind of just, you know, get it to where it won't rust anymore, and then that way I can continue to you know, enjoy the car, get it to where I want it, you know, sometime down the road. But for now, you know, I can just kind of just do a patch job and just kind of just get it rolling and be happy with it. So, but yeah, over there, way worse. Several pinholes, really thin, and not looking too good. Over here, not terrible, and you can tell because here I pulled out the screw, and you can see there was a screw there holding down a little piece of like a loom holder for where it holds the wiring, and it was just in there by like a little self-tapping screw. But you can see where there's still some shiny metal, so that's a really good sign there. And you know, I don't know, maybe a guy could cut this out only and maybe just, you know, patch it that way. I don't know, we'll see. But this little area, this little bracket or brace right here might be a problem, because as you can see, it's welded kind of. I guess, is that a weld? That might be, it looks like it might be kind of tack welded in place. I'm not really sure how they did it back in the day. So I don't know if they have to cut this out to get to this or what. I'm not really sure. Maybe you guys get in the comments and kind of let me know. But you know, not terrible on this side. I'm happy with it. So again, what I'll do is probably just put some Pour 15 on it to kind of encapsulate it. Then I have some Pour 15 top coat spray that you spray on top of that as well. And what I was actually thinking about doing, and I still might do this, is I'm thinking about possibly fiberglassing this area. Definitely that area for sure. Maybe not this area since it's pretty stout. Besides right here, I have some filler stuff that's called like liquid metal, and I might fill that in and just kind of just leave it because it's pretty solid everywhere else. Over there, what I might do is fiberglass it. But what I was thinking about doing on top of that is I have some leftover stuff called gel coat, and it's actually was for my jet ski. And if you go anything about that, and gel coat is, it can actually get wet, and then you know, it holds up to the water and whatnot. So what I actually thought about doing is laying that gel coat on top of the fiberglass. But I don't know, we'll see, you guys. That Pour 15 might be plenty. But I don't know. We'll see kind of just how it goes. I mean, again, it's just a temporary fix for now, and then until I can kind of get it to where I want it, you know, sometime down the road. But all in all, I mean, I'm happy with it. I guess it could be far worse. I could have a lot bigger hole there and then I'd have to get it fixed, but at least I can probably just do a quick patch job and be okay. I'm assuming that this area right here is fine, being that probably water dripped down somewhere along the convertible top, between the window and the seal of the convertible top, probably dripped down here and then ended up just settling right in here. So like I said, it could be a lot worse. The front floor I'm actually really happy with, because the front floor, there's virtually nothing wrong with it at all besides a little bit of surface rust. This here, I'll just have to deal with it. I'm probably gonna have to buy some new plugs, you know, for here and there, and probably the front as well. The trunk I'm gonna also have to address, as I know that there are some cancerous spots in the trunk that could potentially need a whole trunk pan, maybe, or just this side. I know there's some cancer on that side from when I actually owned it, but that'll be another video, a different day. So, but again, like I said, I can patch this up. Hold on, y'all. Again, like I said, I can patch this up, and it'll also allow me to kind of just practice my fiberglass skills. I've never actually really dabbled with fiberglass too much. I've done a few small jobs kind of here and there, but never anything in depth. So we'll see. But I'm definitely going to fiberglass that area to kind of give it some rigidity and some strength. And then we'll kind of just go from there. Now, I think I'm going to call it, you guys, because I have to go inside and pack, get ready for my trip. And then, shoot, we are off to Palm Springs in the morning. But if you are tuning in for the first time, you guys definitely think about subscribing. Definitely think about sticking with me here. You guys hit that notification bell, so anytime I drop a video, you guys know. And man, this build is coming along. We're getting this thing ready for paint. Getting this thing dialed in. It's not going to take much, you guys. I'm hoping a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Let's just shoot for 2 months, and hopefully this thing will be road ready. All right, you guys. But yes, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Do all that good stuff, y'all. Stick with me. We got it. I will see you guys probably in a couple weeks. All right, deuces, out of here.